Good morning to Dave Schurman, retired from the FirstOntario Credit Union. You're back in studio with us today to continue the discussion on National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And the last time you were in studio, you talked a little bit about the common types of cyber scams. And today you'll talk about the ways we can protect ourselves from these types of frauds and some tips on how to avoid losing our own personal money. Now, what kind of tips do you have to avoid getting hooked through like a cyber crime?
Yeah, the cyber crimes are, we should be using our common sense. And that's, there's 4 different types I shared a couple of weeks ago. And the most common tips are just take a step back and think about things. So investment scams, for instance, if something appears to be too good to be true, Adam, it's too good to be true. They're promising you double-digit returns, low or no risk, almost guaranteed. It's fake, No, don't do it. Take a step back, do some research, and again, 9 times out of 10, it's a fake.
Now, you mentioned using common sense, but how are people still getting scammed? Like, these people obviously are sophisticated and they're pretty smart with how they're able to get people to put their guard down.
Yeah, and they use, it's important to do something now. They're trying to freak you out on do something now. Last time I shared the fake RCMP letter where, you get a letter, looks like the RCMP, says you're going to pay this fine or you're going to get arrested. Well, you probably know that you haven't had an unpaid fine. You would know that. They try to get you to do something right away. But again, take a step back, hang up on them, or if they call, don't respond if it's a text or an email. Find the RCMP phone number. Don't use the number that they give you because it's going to be a fake number. So find the real RCMP number, call them. You'll find out that it's true or not, and in most cases it's going to be not.
And what is phishing?
Phishing, it's the most common way that criminals get you to input information. Again, we should know because we get all these texts or emails that says, click on this link because your credit card has been compromised or your bank account's going to be closed. Don't do it. Again, call your bank, call your credit card company. On the back of the credit card has a 1-800 number. Phone them.
Because as soon as you click on that link, what happens?
Well, they're going to ask you for, well, there's a couple of things. They could all of a sudden now have an input into your computer and steal your information, or more times than not, they're going to ask you to input personal information to confirm so your account doesn't get closed.
And once they get into your computer, I guess that's where cyber extortion comes from?
Right, and cyber extortion, that's, again, a little more threatening like that RCMP one. CRA is a big one where, pay these unpaid taxes or you're going to go to jail. The other one is the grant, we talked about online, the grandkid scam. Whereas somebody hacks into your social media, they see that your grandchild is over in Paris vacationing, all of a sudden the grandfather gets a text or an email or a messenger note that says, your grandchild is in jail, pay $5,000 or, in order to get them out.
Yeah, I've done a story about that very recently, actually. Horrible story. Now, finally, the last area we want to talk about is buying and selling online. Now, this affects a lot of people going on social media, seeing an ad. What do you suggest in this situation?
Yeah, well, again, we talked earlier, again, that a lot of stuff online is just fake or not true. If you're finding, again, it's like the investment scam. If something appears to be too good to be true, you're finding this designer pair of $300 shoes for $39.99, it's probably fake, and you can't see it. If you're buying or selling on Kijiji, again, be very careful. Somebody will say, I e-transferred you the money, here it is, and they'll take your item. Don't accept that until the money is in your account. So again, an e-transfer can be canceled. It may not have gone through. So until you see the money in your account, don't release the item. Or if somebody says, send me a deposit and I'll hold the item for you, and then you can come and give me the rest, don't send them the deposit because you get there and it's a fake address. They're not there.
And quick, we have very little time left. PayPal is probably a better avenue to go spending your money?
Yeah, again, but it's not the how you give them the money, it's who are you giving the money to. If you don't know who it is, the romance scams, again, there's so many things. You meet somebody online and a few minutes later or a month later they're asking you for money. 99.99% of the time, it's a scam.
All right.
So don't do it. Use your common sense. Talk to somebody, ask for advice before you jump.
All right, Dave Schurman, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Adam.
Plenty more Morning Live coming up after this.